Nifty's going to try and go open side of the... Okay, I was going to say, open side of the broken wall with Naf so far underneath the balcony, he would have been able to spot that. So, an adjustment made, rightfully so.
Yes, I think you're absolutely right there. This kill pretty much decides the round. Zen won't challenge Naf towards the APC. Nifty watching the balcony. That's really nice from Naf. Like, good flick to take down Zen. Innocent is left on 11 HP. There's nothing he can do about that. Absolutely wonderful stuff there from Nifty. He saves the round.
Naf and Nifty with all of the kills. The final two remaining had 5. Nifty with 3. And 1-0 Renegades. Naf's been slow to get started in this event, but he has been the name, I think, as much as Nifty on the AWP in-game leading has been a breath of fresh air, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
As a young American that's come into this team. I think Naf has really stepped up as well, so watch for him to find his form yet again.
Well, it was a close round. Sprout did get back into it after losing the initial pick there, but it will be a force buy now for the CT forces. Deagle, CZ's HE grenades, usually used towards the upper platform, and that's if Renegades maybe get a little bit too aggressive here. Now Fly, he's feeling like he can get it done, and it will be Dennis to find the initial nade kill on Azadeh. You can see some tactics downloaded for the Sprout team, and it will be now up to 4 players on the Renegade side to try and get himself back in the round. Crystal, a lovely position here. I don't think JKS will be checking this one. We'll have a look. Oh, he will indeed. Good awareness. Crystal, that was a nice play. Sneaky to get that close, but ultimately take him down. He needed the silent USB. Of course, he's the AWPer of the side. As we get into the 1:10 mark here. Dennis will be waiting towards the APC once again. This is when their chances start to drop a little bit. The CZ at that sort of range isn't going to be ideal.
So you step out, yeah, you're right, not exactly the best position for it. We'll at least hold the position.
Well, he goes towards stables though, so that does boost his chance actually going in towards long A.
Dennis might peek at JKS. Very close. Goes around, finds Dennis immediately.
Have his weapon as well. Give me that pistol.
Bring me their pistols.
Well, at this point, 30 seconds remaining, so we'll be heading in towards the A bomb site. JKS does go very low, but a good nade. Should finish off Speedy there. 8 HP. He'll survive on who we dealt with momentarily. Bomb will be planted, and the 2 remaining CTs need to work out what the correct player is here. Did they just save their upgraded pistols and armor? Use them the next round, or they try and find some frags here? Innocent feels like he has to as he gets taken down towards balcony. It's just Zen now waiting that connector.
Well done, JKS. Clears the site with 5 HP, as well as the UMP stays alive to find another frag as well, so 3 in total. Good kill reward. He'll be delighted with that. Zen going to search for a place to hide. Apparently E-box sufficient as he sits at the bottom of a drop. Once the CZ in armor, there will be no purchases at all from Sprout in the next round if they're serious about getting into this game. Typically speaking, there won't be.
Well, pretty simple procedure there for Renegades. Only 1 player going down. That's Azza. As I mentioned, it's not the most tantalizing save, but he will take the CZ75, the body armor, and they'll be on full eco for round number 3 here. As we have a look as to what Renegades will do. Nothing too tactical, Matt. Just try and keep at least 4 players alive and try to stick together. Have that trade potential. It shouldn't be too difficult for them to perform well in this round. They have got 2 MAC-10s, a UMP. The game really begins next round, as we noticed that Crystal didn't invest in that second round force buy, so he will definitely bring out the AWP, and he'll be trying to be mobile around the map, picking towards middle, holding the back of B, long A. It's where the AWP really comes into its own, rushing towards drop down here. This is the Virtus Pro Snake.
Similar, slight variation in that all 4 aren't actually on the ramp. They've got Crystal a little bit further back behind the wall. Can bail out if he needs to. As they're making an approach toward the site but not getting actually the kill means that those 5 players could all swing his direction, but thankfully Ustilla was there as well, and the bomb's already planted on B, so hold off rotations, collect kills, and the subsequent reward.
Yeah, lots of money to be farmed here. Zen, he'll want to stay alive again because, like we said, it goes to the gun round into round number 4 here. He's already got body armor, and with it being 100 as well, he could even upgrade to a helmet for $350, but it doesn't look like that will happen. JKS actually allows him to live. Just to note, if you have 100 armor, you can get a helmet for $350. If it's anything below that, like 99, you have to pay the full 1,000. Oh, he even gets a little the MAC-10, but down he goes in the end. And he hears players around him. 4 players survive for Renegades. As we said, that's what was to be expected.
The reason for that is actually when you buy just the chest armor and you want the helmet, you have to buy them as a kit. So when you go to the shopkeeper and return it, you're actually swapping for a different vest, and he won't refund you the price difference if it's been worn.
It does make sense, really.
Exactly.
Like, you've damaged it. I'm not taking that back.
I'm not taking it back. You got to buy a whole new kit.
Exactly. Well,
keep the other one. Do what you want with it.
It's Kassad, I think, a tactical timeout. It looks like that's what they're going to be doing. This actually makes a lot of sense, right? This is what we call the bonus round, right? People don't really, I guess, discuss these too often, but this is where you can really dominate a game, especially in the best of one. You have 4 timeouts available. This is such a massive moment. And Kassad is talking to them. He's told them to throw away one of the Mac 10s. Az has actually picked up the AK-47. Kassad doesn't want to save money here. He wants rounds on the board. He thinks, well, if we win the round and we keep all 5 players alive, then that's going to be much more beneficial than trying to squeeze a round out of a Mac 10, maybe losing it just about, then we can try and punish them next round. He wants to dominate this game. So 1 UMP, throw away the Mac 10. Money's still very healthy in the Renegade squad, so that's fine. We'll have a look at the buy for Sprout. Not so strong. Actually, don't bring up AWP. 2 Famases, M4s. They haven't really given themselves enough to work with. It's going to be a very difficult round for Sprout Esports. That's why we say best of ones. I prefer to take just the Deagles, no armor in that second round, as you avoid this situation. Lack of utility, no AWP.
Yeah, and we actually thought that people were starting to become
the top level, at the very peak.
They'll do it.
A lot of teams are starting to do that now.
But it's interesting. It took so long for people to catch on to that being a...
We were saying that back in TGL season 1, like 2015.
2015. Yeah, at least then, I would say. Yeah, what would have had to been as early as then. But yeah, it's surprising that more and more teams aren't taking that approach, because we know how powerful, yes, the pistols are. I think that's the problem. People are so confident in the CSGO pistols, as Crystal just barely gets away from that in the Flames, that they're almost, I want to say, baited into it, but sometimes it's better to play the long game, especially early on.
Oh, Zen is completely flashed. That synergy from Renegades is really nice. Innocent fighting back here, but it's not going to be enough. This might be a save call already. As you can see, Crystal down at 7 HP. They're smoked out of the bomb site. 3 versus 2. Dennis will probably try and explore his options somewhat, but this is a really harsh round for Sprout there. So JKS goes down, yes, but he does give the call back that 2 players are on the mid ramp. That's a really long rotation from the connector. They already had drop down control. Flashbangs coming out. Zen had to avoid 1 flashbang coming off the upper platform. He turns around towards the drop down room to do that, and as soon as he does it, he hits another flash in the face. Then they pounce, take him down. Zen was just chewing the wall at that point, and it'll be Dennis and Crystal. They might have gone for it if Crystal still had 100 HP, but JKS, sure, he didn't get the frag. He dropped a Molotov on him, did some damage, and it was enough to squeeze this round out. So good call from Kassad, I think, to get rid of that at Mac 10. As you can see, Azza, he gets 2 kills with the AK-47, so that reaps the rewards of the upgrade as we go into round number 5 next. There will be 2 weapons save for Sprout. This could actually be more troublesome, because they might be tempted to force buy into this one and completely destroy their economy. I don't think they will. They'll probably go for a partial buy and leave themselves about $1,000 per player. They get maximum loss bonus next round. That's what I would assume. Oh, I've seen a famous purchase. Innocence all in. This is when you can really throw a game.
Yeah, this could be painful, especially CT side.
Yeah, this is when you're looking down the barrel at 6-0. So you've got 1 CZ, 2 Famases, 2 M4s. This is not ideal. The problem with this, on Cobblestone, right, you can't really find an opening pick unless you have the AWP. You can't be rushing up middle. Well, yeah, drop down boost, that's it, right?
And I was about to say they've called a tactical timeout, but it's not like you could say, hey, you know, as a terrorist team, hey, let's call this timeout. Let's force buy. Let's catch them off guard. Let's rush them at this position. You don't get to make that decision, especially, as you say, in Cobblestone, there's not that many options for the CTs. You don't really get to dictate the pace unless you have an op which can find a pick, and that's about the only way you can. You can do, okay, maybe a boost drop, but even then, that's usually a passive boost. He sits and waits at the top of it, and that's it.
For new viewers, Cobblestone's considered the most defensive CT map. Like, if you look at Mirage, like you saw earlier, CTs can rush up towards middle, they can challenge at the very start. You don't really have those options at the very start. You have the drop down boost perhaps, and maybe an AWP towards the upper platform. That's about as interesting as it gets. But this week by, and the way the Sprout players have been performing so far in this tournament, I'm not believing in this at this point.
You can change the formation of your default by getting to be a more aggressive position, but that's it again. Challenge is a whole different thing, and with the lesser weapons, it looked like Crystal and Dennis were going to set to the bottom of middle. They've changed their position now toward long instead, so they are hoping to catch anyone off being aggressive or peeking for information on the Renegade side, but that's not happened, and the longer that it doesn't, the more problems they'll have, and holding on to the scarce utility they still have on their belt. They've got 3 smokes to work with at this point.
Yeah, well, this is looking quite good for Renegades. They know the money's low here, so if you want to do a really nice slow default, you're going to bleed out whatever little utility they have right now. Any incendiaries, any smokes, you don't want them to have those when you go for your full executioner. So this is absolutely textbook stuff now from Renegades. Start dissecting them out like JKS right now. Basic smokes towards danger, middle. Get this area first. Push the CDs back. Take their vision away. It looks like a potential A split coming in here as it goes towards the drop down as well. In terms of the CD setup, 2 players at long A. That's Dennis and Crystal. Once again, no AWP available. Leaving JKS towards the danger area once again. He wants to be the lurker here and open things up, listening out for any sort of sound cues he can as his teammates get ready and poised towards the B bomb site. JKS will wait for that to fully commit, and then he'll look for anyone rotating for the mid round.
Shots out. Innocent down immediately by Nifty. Zen does respond, though. Gets aggressive with the FAMAS, and it pays off. Finally gets himself some position in the bomb as well as down, but JKS has gone the long route. You mentioned that he was clearing middle before with the smokes. He's getting behind them, and he's going to have to get behind them quicker. The longer that this goes on, the more they might suggest they know, or do they? Misses the opening shot to Speedy. Controls the spray to get Crystal, but the attention is turned. He'll walk in, not know that Dennis is behind the door, and finally Sprout do get around. Forced by timeout, works out.
Well, there we go. Zen saves the day with the FAMAS. There's Crystal on your screen right there. Pretty decent round from Sprout, all things considered. Remember, that was FAMAS's CZ and a couple of M4s. That was a difficult round for the Renegades. They did everything perfectly. Got JKS in position. He might have wanted to strike a little bit earlier there. It was Dennis in this rock position taking him down and getting the final kill there at the very same time. 4-1 now. But Renegades know, win this round map, they're right back in the driving seat. Everyone's fully invested on the Sprout side. No money was saved. Still want to have the AWP. Nifty's got one. This is a very, very important round. They're going for a straight up B rush with grenades deployed.
Taking advantage of the smoke to his right. Tries to find a gap. Somehow they spot him first. Almost unlucky based on his positioning. That could have been a beautiful play, but good shutdown. Dennis as well sits on the site, so they have the advantage, at least for now. Bombs committed past the archway, at least to the platform, but not to the site directly. Good shot, Nifty. Dennis as well, still trying to utilize smokes and get an off angle. Not hitting the shot, he's revealed himself, but they follow up by getting Naf down, and Nifty now with an AWP in the site needs to go hunting. Not scoped in, so he's got to be quick to Dennis, and he's quick enough because he's looking the wrong direction. He's going to swing around. That's going to force Zen out, but he wins the duel. So he's forced into the duel by Nifty's position, but manages to prevail, and he's baited him around the pillar. He's made a lot of noise doing it, and Zen, a brilliant play, holds off the round.
I thought Nifty was going to give us a bit of a show there, but unfortunately the quick scope does not land. 4-2 in Sprout now. This is where the game really begins for them. Just want to reiterate, this is a best of one. Loser of this will not be making it. So this is a big game for either side. Renegades certainly the favourites going into this one, but Sprout starting to wake up now. Good play by Zen there towards the end of the round. CZ's partial buy by the looks of things for Renegades here. They get 3 sets of armour in terms of utility.
Toward Naf so that he can get smoke deployed. That'll land doorway.